उसके बारे में कुछ उल्टा सीधा सुन रहे थे अभी तो इसके बारे में। ये क्यों 12 बजे बोली है क्या? 11:30। आ जाएगा अभी। हम्म।
Hi everyone, good morning. Hi, am I audible?
Yes, Seknur, you are. Hi, Saibal. How are you? I think everybody is on
Maybe
mute.
voice is so less.
I am. Are you
Hi.
getting to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sangeeta, you can hear us, right?
I think she can.
Okay, okay.
I
Okay, good.
can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We
Yeah.
can hear you. All right.
Okay.
But you can't.
Can you say something so that I can check?
Just a minute.
Now I can hear. Yeah.
Okay,
Ah,
great.
acha. All right, so maybe we can get started. I think Shweta will also be joining us shortly. Um, Saibal, we wanted to quickly catch up with you post our field visits. You know that we were traveling in the month of May, mid-May with Sangeeta as well, to UP, Haryana and Bihar with Satin and Sindhuja, right? So on the first day we were with Satin and we went to Haryana. Then we spent a day in UP, 2 days actually, with Sindhuja, following which we were in Bihar, first day with Sindhuja and again last day with Satin. So I think in general, there was a lot of very interesting insights that came from being on the ground and actually visiting these areas, visiting the end beneficiaries, going, traveling a little bit here and there with the MFI members as well, like Miss Divya Vashisht, who is with us from Satin, as well as some of the other folks from Sindhuja who traveled with us. It was really great that they opened up, the operations on those days to allow us to see what was the actual ground reality, what is their kind of collection methodology, who is the end customer looking like. And so we wanted to share a bit of that with you. today. And also, we wanted to talk about what is coming next, right, in terms of our content creation, as well as what we had initially discussed in terms of having some form of industry engagement as well around this project. So, does that work for you?
Yes.
Super. Okay, so firstly on the visit itself, we were visiting these three states, and what we were trying to really get a sense of is what are the main themes that were kind of visible across different areas, not particularly to one state as such, because the idea of our program is not that it is limited to UP or Bihar. It really is something that we can expand, as we've talked about, to other states too, right? So with that in mind, the couple of themes that resonated was the fact that there is some increasing digital first preference, but at the same time there is also a sense that cash is king. So while there is a digital first preference from the MFI, there is a bit of a disconnect on the ground, where we saw that everyone who was really transacting or making the collections or repayments was happening mainly in cash. We heard from Satin that there is a push towards digital, and they're seeing some good uptake on that apparently in Bihar. However, when we were in Bihar with them, we did not see this at all. We saw really just cash. Again, the people who we met were the women only. However, another, striking detail which we all are aware of, but just important to be very clear, is that the woman is the front for the man who is also involved in this loan. So it is mostly for the household and or for the man's business or small business, and the woman is taking it in her name and doing the repayments and so on. In the case where it is a repayment done digitally, it is not the woman, it is the man. The man is the one with the ownership of the cell phone, which has a linked connection for the bank account and Aadhaar, and he is the one that is able to make those repayments. Yes, you're on mute, Simon.
Oh, yeah. Tanas, one thing, how
Yeah.
many members did you meet?
We met, that's a very good question. In total, we must have met about, let me just think, I would
I think
say
about
around
50,
35 to 40. Yeah.
40, yeah, 40 to
Uh-huh.
50, I think that was the number that we.
So in each group, we met between 5 to 7, 8 people. And we tried to do about 3 groups every day, which meant we were traveling to 3 different destinations around there, around any particular area, meeting these women. So
I
we
mean,
met.
you are coming up with very interesting insights, actually, huh?
Uh-huh.
So I was trying to understand if we can also develop a note on this one, this
Absolutely.
Discord.
Absolutely.
There's although these microfinance institutions, they're pushing for the digitization and digital transaction, but on the ground, what we are seeing, Sangeeta, you have to put on mute. So on the ground, what we are seeing that the women, they are transacting on the fact. Let them, that this is a very small sample, but these are the insights which got. Then the second thing, that if it is digital transaction also, like maybe 85% or 95%, they
Yeah.
are the main are transacting it, and the link is coming on their mobile, because women
Exactly.
either do not have they see a smartphone, or they do not want to do the transaction, they are not comfortable in the transaction, or they have taken the money for husband, so husband is doing it, sees only the
Exactly.
face of the loan. So this will be inside. But one thing about microfinance, that they take loans, although for the although for in their name, but mostly it is invested in the business, nano business. Nano business has a very distinct like your character. So nano business, although the main, because he is more aware, he was not, I'm not talking about now, the women are also, because traditionally they are more aware, they have initiated the business and they understand the nuances of the business, especially the transaction side. So they are the owner of the business, but when it is coming for running the business, so sometimes the man, he sits in the business, sometimes the women, she sits in the business, sometimes their kids, this is much more like family business kind of thing, if it is nano business. So
Yes.
this is also we have to figure out. But one thing is also good, that I mean we have seen some statistics that how many have taken loan for their own, how many have taken for their husband. If you can also put that one, that amongst this 50, 100, whatever you have made, that amongst that around 80% they have taken, or 75%, or 30% they have taken for their husband, 70% they have taken for their own business. So if you can bring this one, although the sample is less, but it would be a very good report, this what
Okay.
exactly you have seen on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we have that information. I think we do. We have a lot of
No,
that. We
you are telling
also,
it. You are
yeah,
telling it.
I
So
know.
only this you have to
Uh,
document it.
yes, but we have to see how many people actually said it from the total,
Acha,
na?
acha.
So
Percentage.
let's see that if we have it from all.
Mm.
And also we also asked them how many loans they each have, so that we started talking about, so you're with Satin for how long? Do you have any other loans? How are they also monthly? And they would always know their loan amounts. They would always know the repayment dates very well. Very good discipline in terms of just the repayment, that I have to pay on this date, and it's like 1,730. They know exactly, like, this is for Satin, this is for Sindhuja, this is for X other microfinance entity.
Have
So
you
it
asked
was.
them whether they are also consuming SAG loan or not?
Yes, these are we actually spoke with the MFIs about this, and they were all mostly, I would say, SHGs.
No.
All of them. That's what
Do
they
you have
said.
any do you have, when while you were talking to the
Huh.
members, have you asked them this question? Are you also consuming this your loan of SIG? Because it would be giving us a better insight that where this multiple lending is happening or
Huh.
not. Why am I telling this one?
Huh.
Because we don't get the data of SIG on Credit Information Bureau nowadays. Huh? I
Okay.
mean, although it has started, so it has also, we do not get that one. So microfinance institutions, they generally depend on the Credit Information Bureau's report and self disclosure thing from the client. So I'm just trying to understand
Yes,
that how
yes.
many of them are also consuming, so I can understand the percentage. Because in
Yeah,
most of
yeah.
the case, you have gone to the field, you people are educated, you people are aware, you people know how to prove the I mean, you can
Mm.
ask the questions, this your probing questions. But what happened in case of surveys and other, mostly the enumerators are also good, but they do not have the kind of understanding of yours. Whatever we
Mm.
tell them to ask, they will only ask and they will come back. But in your
Face
case, it
value.
is little bit
Yes.
different.
Yes, yes,
So
that
that's
is
why I
true.
was, yeah, that's
Iknud,
why I was
you had
asking.
something.
Yeah, so I think Sabil, a very valid question. I think where we heard a lot of SHG funds usage was mostly in terms of emergencies. While they do take SHG loans as well, where our line of question. So some of them, we have SHG loans as well. Um, Working on, let's see, emergency and how do we
Very good. Very good insight. Can I put it in statistics that this many percentage of women has told that they are also the member of SAG, And they generally use their SAG loan for the emergency purpose. That is another insight we can get. Yeah. If the officers won't give you the right kind of data, they won't be able to give you right kind of data. Only the clients, they can give you the right kind of data. The probing questions are right kind of data.
You will go back and check.
Yeah.
So we also want some interesting insights on the usage of them, right? So what they can them have series. We saw approximately 20 to 25% going to meet the and these all that we mentioned. Some of them are voice related searching or chatting on this one. So if they have a score, not all of them have a score. Approximately 70 to 75% would have a smart. What they do on the smartphone is what we want to understand. So what kind of apps do they have? We saw that they use YouTube a lot. YouTube for watching videos. And these videos are mainly like legends or cooking related recipes or some small serial drama. The way they search for it is that they go to YouTube and there's a feature on top where they can talk and ask what they want. So they use that. They do that. So that's kind of get things on their feed. Now I think once it's somehow set up, it's very well established around makes a difference with. So if someone else around the neighbor is watching some serial drama, you'll probably get them in your feed. And they have
Oh, acha, is it like that? Oh, acha, no. I mean, you were very right. My wife was also telling me, whatever I watch, after some time I see that it is coming in your feed also. Yeah. I mean, okay, I didn't know this one.
almost everyone very
Interesting.
days, but very
On the basis of frequency. On the basis of frequency. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So they do babies arrive in this community drama. They are starting that community drama others in Sarai area. And they all so the more that you watch, the more interest you get, the more the algorithm works in your favor, right? So what happens is that they become more passive in their outreach of search. So for instance, we are coming up with say financial or educational material for them to understand, how to be a good borrower. And are they going to actually see that? Because they don't know what to search for. They will see their feed on YouTube, which has the recipe, it has the budgets, it has the drama. So they'll be engrossed in that. They won't think of
Going beyond it. Mm. 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 Mm.
How every kind of plan take the content that we're planning to create and actually distribute. And there we still have a big challenge and a question. So we are trying to understand what are possible market strategies that are available in this segment. What can we do from our side? At least create a document or like a suggested strategy for the enterprise. Now, enterprise will need to access different tools. They might be having a WhatsApp channel, Satins, and they haven't yet. They're planning to have it maybe in July, August. If they do that, would be great. They can start to send out. But we need to see who is the recipient of that WhatsApp. Is the man, is the friend, we don't know. Secondly, only Saturdays on Sindoja. So that begs the question of what about the other MFIs, right? Let's assume that they don't have the issues on the MFI side because they are still SMS. Can we do something by voice? Can we call them and tell them, like what you want? Or can we send an SMS with the link?
But Sana, it is landing me to other question. Possibly you have you have to think. So one is that if somebody is using your what do you call it? This basic phone,
Feature phone.
feature phone. If somebody is using feature phone, then in that case, how will you be communicating with them? Will the technology-based communication and capacity that building will be helpful for them. Something one and one. Second thing is that it is all about enterprise development, right? So now, if 50% of the women have taken loan for their husband or something, whom shall you be imparting the training? Whether it is women or the man home.
Exactly.
So if you impart the training with the women, they will just be a passive listener because the
Correct.
MFIs they are getting the loans from them. They are compelled to listen that one, and they will listen. There won't be any like any transfer of real knowledge. Second thing, it won't also percolate to their husband. So in that case, that's one of the things we have to really think of it. I mean, in microfinance sector, in this capacity building, all women are brought together like goats and cats, and they are put in a room, and they are technology, and they are being imparted with trainings. And these women, these poor women, these they whom we see that they do not have voice, they are just coming and getting into the system, and they are not getting the real kind of knowledge, which is not really. I mean, they really go and cook at the home. So if you give them
Yeah.
this trend, maybe
What will they
1%,
do?
2% of them, yeah, I mean 1% of 2% of women may come up with a maybe getting interest with if there is this atmosphere is there, so they are getting interested and coming into the system. That also happens. But whom shall you be imparting the training for the efficiency of the training?
True, and that's such a good point. We have been discussing that internally as well. And thankfully, from this donor that we're working with for this project, we don't have a constraint that it has to be for the woman. It can be for men and women combined. So, when it comes to the 4 modules that we had initially thought about, the first module is on cash flows, understanding your cash flow, separating income, doing a ledger, like making sure that you put down your hisab at the end of the day, or at least at the end of the week, that this is how much you made, this is how much gross amount at least that you had expense, so that you have a good sense and a feeling of resilience that I can manage. Next week is coming, I will be able to manage. And that's kind of financial security or peace of mind, which leads to overall general more financial health over a longer term if they manage to keep this habit going. That is the first one. The second one and the third one are around responsible borrowing, how to pay back your loan, what is over indebtedness, etc. How not to borrow from many people. That is number two. Number three is around your credit scoring. That also, 2 and 3, we saw a direct fit with the MFIs. They loved it. They thought it was perfect modules and perfect content for the client. Number 4 was digital repayment, fraud protection, OTP best practices, etc. Now, so when you think about all this, 2 and 3, okay, there's a direct fit. 1 and 4, we saw that there is a small gap, obviously, or a large gap rather, large gap on number 4, where that digital part is absolutely not at the women's side at all. And what you said is perfectly clear, and we saw it, on the field. that it's not the woman that's doing any digital repayment whatsoever. She never receives an OTP if it's not for the Meesho delivery guy that comes. That's the only OTP that she gets. She doesn't have any sense of what digital fraud could be, because when we asked about fraud, they talked about something like a person coming to the village and saying that, I'm part of a MFI, I'll give you a loan, everybody give me 1,000 rupees, and he took the money and ran off, which is not digital fraud at all, and it has nothing to do with what we are trying to talk about. So again, that content is purely for the man. The first one as well, we are thinking is possibly also for the man when it comes to the hisab kitab and cash. Yeah, go ahead. You're on mute.
One thing that you have asked this question, this about the fraud, right? Digital fraud.
Yes.
Please put a statistics also on that one. That I have asked this question to like 100 to 35% or 45%. They have told about the physical fraud of this aligned with this physical transaction or something, and maybe 20% they have told they understand what is digital fraud. This is also a deeper insight that
Okay.
then
Okay.
also we know the status of the understanding of the women.
Yes.
We
Yes.
always tell them that digital fraud, these, that, but when we are going to the field, we are seeing that only 20% they are aware.
They
Maybe
have no
less than
idea.
that, they are aware about that one. So it may
Yeah.
be 1 2% also. I won't be, surprised. So if you put that one also in the
Okay.
statistics, will be very good.
Sure.
Very
I'll do
deeper
that.
insights. I really, getting good, like, vibe from your side that we can put a lot of like lot of few points on which we can
Mm.
work in
Mm-hmm.
future also
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Exactly.
understand a kind of like national level survey or national level something with proper sampling that this is
Mm.
what we are seeing in the digital
Mm.
side. Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
definitely.
put it.
We'll
Please
do
put
that.
it. Mm.
So one more insight that I wanted to mention was on trust. And this is something that we saw when we were asking questions around, I guess it came up with the fraud as well.
Mm.
There is this sense with the women that even 10 rupees is a lot to lose.
Mm.
And so
Mm.
there's a lot of fear,
Mm.
around things going wrong, and so that's why also that digital repayment or any other form of repayment where they don't have the physical 10 rupees or physical money to give them, it creates a certain level of uncertainty, fear, or inhibition from their side to take that step.
I couldn't get
Now,
you. I couldn't get you.
so
What is that?
they have a sense that if if somehow I put the I do a digital repayment even with a QR code, and then something happens, they don't really know what happens, but supposing I put the wrong amount, supposing it goes to the wrong person,
Mm.
supposing something happens,
Mm.
even if I lose 10 rupees, a big deal. So if you're telling me pay 1,500 repayment and it happens wrong, then that's a huge deal. Then I'm taken back into I don't know, maybe a whole year's saving gone down the drain. So can they somehow learn a bit more in a way that is also perhaps it won't impact her life today. And as you rightly said, that which needle are we going to move really with this content? The man, the woman, maybe, maybe not. But at least planting a seed in her mind that there is this possibility. And so she knows that for the next generation, or at least going down the line, say 5 years later, she's constantly going for repayment in cash. Let her at least then ask the question that, hey, can I link my Aadhaar and just do this without asking you every day, every month or twice a month? In the case of Saturn, it's every 14 days, 14-day cycle they have or 15-day cycle. So can I just do it on my own? Anyway, I have the Jandan bank account. Can I not link it? Planting that seed in a very subtle way, Saibal, that I think is also important because in the last day, on the
That's the
last
literacy
meeting,
side. That's the literacy side, right?
yeah, it is, but it's
Mm.
also social norms. So we saw that on the last day there were some men just kind of hanging around
Hmm.
in Bihar, hanging around with us at the back of our meeting. And at one point, I think even before we really got started or seated even, they were asking the field officer, like, why are we here? What are we going to
Hmm.
ask the women? We
Hmm.
want to sit and listen.
Hmm.
Saturn has this policy that they don't allow men in the meetings at all because apparently it gets violent. So they allowed it this time, and I think the field officer was very strict also and said, that it is only because of microfinance that your women have a voice here, and that they are coming to this conversation to talk with outsiders. That is a great thing to be proud of.
Of
They also,
course.
exactly, absolutely,
Hmm.
it's an agency, right? They finally have the agency, they finally have the voice to be able to come together at least and say
The
something,
courage.
courage, and show what they can do, show what they have, show what they are able to, access on a smartphone, on a device.
Hmm.
That is a big deal. And then we are asking them things like who owns it, etc. These are like slightly sensitive questions. So we were very, trying our best to be as, neutral, diplomatic, very risk averse in most cases when asking these questions. We didn't want them to also go away thinking, oh, there's so much more that I should be doing. None of that. But there was a sense of, in general, I think with some of the women, there are these center leaders, the ones that come together with the other women. They are the ones that kind of felt that they had better skills, they had higher literacy, they had higher
Thank you.
knowledge of
Uh,
financial products, but it's not really translating into anything uh, significant in the way that they interact with formal financial systems, or even repayments, or even digital methods of accessing like links, or understanding what to do on WhatsApp. Like even them, the YouTube was being used for bhajans and recipes only. It's that kind of thing. Very few of them were actually using WhatsApp to kind of share what they are doing, sending something, putting some WhatsApp status. Some of them do make reels. We saw that. Some of them are at least able to do even Instagram and understanding what is Instagram, putting reels up.
but do
But those
they?
are
If
very
you
few.
see, no, even in that case also, if you give
Huh.
us a statistics that like
Huh.
5% of the
Huh.
women, they
Huh.
are making reels and they are using Insta.
Huh.
But how many of them are transacting online? Online, I'm talking about
Yeah.
financial transactions. So
No.
if you give
Almost
us
zero.
that one,
Yeah.
so that's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the
They are
thing. Yeah.
watching dance
Yeah, yeah.
reels and things like
See,
that.
the thing is that that's their life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this your financial side is not their life because they are only the source of the money for their husband.
Yeah.
So if you see this one, I'm not telling this is a bad thing because it
No,
also
it's
if
how it
you
is.
so but the thing is that if you if you understand the power dynamics in the family, if your wife is also the source of the money, the husband needs to give that women a better position in the decision
Mm.
making. It
Correct.
has to be. That's the
Yes.
very and that's also
Yes.
one of the things microfinance has done, that
Mm.
making these women the part of the ecosystem, and husbands are compelled to give them this grace, this
Mm.
respect. They have to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is
Yeah.
also a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the social norms we saw very much tying to, like, the ground realities. And we spoke, in some of the downtimes that we had, we were
Mm,
speaking with the field officers. They were saying things about what happens in the villages, and slight differences they see even between UP and Haryana,
mm,
between
mm,
UP and Bihar.
mm, mm,
What are the men like in different
mm,
areas? What do
mm,
we see?
mm,
The minute we go like 1 hour more into the hinterland, what do we see?
mm,
So we saw a lot more agriculture and animal husbandry when we went very
mm,
rural. And
mm.
in those cases, I think on 1 or 2 days we were feeling a little like dejected and feeling like, what's the point? Our content will never reach this this person.
Mm,
How do we actually ensure that? And I think that's something that we will really require your support on, to push the MFIs to do something, because once we create this content, and Saibal, we are assuming that we're creating 100 small videos, even if it's less than 1 minute each, they are great assets for the MFIs. What do they do with it? We don't want them to just sit on this, right? So, like, if we can really create something and say, together we have decided that this is the best proposed solution for you for your outreach or for your go-to market, then let them take it forward. But it has to be something that is industry wide. That we're saying, let's all come together and try and do this. It may not be
See,
for the woman, it can
Tanaj,
be for the
can we
man.
do one thing? Can we do one thing? Can we develop a strategy where where we won't be wasting this our effort, time, clips, whatever we call, by only like educating the women and not getting the output of it. Because if the family grows, I mean, income of the family grows, the women are also getting a better position in the
Yes.
society, community, everything. So can we make a strategy? Sangeeta can also help us, that if both of the and wife, in the cases of where husbands are the real consumer of the loan, if they both watch those
Yeah,
together, if there is any possibility, if we can
be
create
great.
this possibility, that both of them, they are watching it.
That would be
Because i
wonderful.
don't i don't think, like, I mean, what you are telling me about this male folks are coming, I have started my career in the microfinance segment. At that time, this was not the what do you call, the the concept of microfinance. When
Uh-huh.
we started before 30 years, or almost 30
Mm,
years, sorry,
mm.
it's quite a bit of time. So that time, the women would be coming. So what we have to do, my colleagues, sometime I also went to the field with them. We had to talk to the headman of that village, and told what exactly we are trying to do. Now this headman will tell yes or no. If we convince the headman, then these women would be coming along with their husbands or son or male counterpart who is there. Then they will be sitting. So our colleagues will be sitting with the women, and it will be surrounded by the men. So it has taken almost a decade or so, where we could eliminate the these male counterparts from the meeting. Still, it is there a bit, but it is not up to that level. So in this case, I mean, women are the consumer, but the real consumer are the husband. So if we can build together the capacities of both of them, women are also getting educated on that, but husbands are also getting educated in that. It would be
Yeah.
good option, maybe, maybe as pilot, we can also think of it. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you will be
yeah.
just giving the training, sending this whoever
I
is having
agree.
smartphone, he will be pushing that one, and they won't watch it. And if they are watching it also, it won't be having any impact. They will
Zero.
keep on listening those bhajans and YouTube thing. They won't be doing anything.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Sangeeta will
Yeah.
will work together to come up with a strategy that is more wholesome, like takes into account the entire household. We also actually saw some of the next generation, the kids in some villages were very keen, and they were listening in, and some of them, the kids were like, not kids anymore, they were 17, 19, 20, 22. Some of them just like the girls especially, hanging around. They dress different, they talk different, they have much more confidence. They are already, reaching a better state. So we can see that the next gen is at least interested, if not able. Um, However, they also are aware that no matter what their level of education is, or their ability online, etc., they will marry within the community. They will come back to that. They will become very similar to the mom, in the sense that, the gungat and all that. they will also, allow the man to be the head of the household and not take that more like let's say confident agency that they have today. They will take a back seat when that happens. They were okay with that, and
Do
we
you
had
have
like
any
very
statistics?
no, we really didn't want to get into that with the kids. This was more like side conversations that were happening while we were passing through the villages, and it was just really nice to see. They wanted to see our phones. They wanted to see how do you do things, like what can you do. There was actually one group where we showed them how to make repayments on the loan card. There's a QR code, and we showed them like, this is how you do it. They were quite interested. They said, "Oh, it's just 1 minute job." Um, but
No, but the thing is I mean, if I mean, first of all, do they have that device in their hand?
no, that's the
Second of
thing.
all, do they have the money in their name to do this QR code transaction? How
Why do
does
they
it
not
work?
have it, Saibal? Because it's sent to them, right? It's in their account. The MFI is
No, the
putting
thing
it
is
into
that
their account.
money has
Ah,
always been picked out, no, from this
oh,
ATM. So I mean, one of the challenges that if you have to transact digitally, you have
hmm.
to have this digital credit on in your bank
Uh-huh.
account, right?
Yes,
So in
yes.
that case, if they do not have, there is a problem. So over the period of time, what has happened? It has gone to their account. It has been picked up. Then their husband has put money in their account, and it has been repaid through QR code. Now this is the process. It's evolving. So this is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, see, the microfinance is very dynamic. If you really
Yeah, yeah.
want to get the taste of it, I mean, it's
Hmm.
very dynamic, and a lot of things are coming up. As you were telling, na, these kids,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you have gone to those groups or not, where we are seeing the third generation microfinance clients are coming, where these women are digitally better positioned.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think, I mean, even with Saturn, we were talking, they said, where do you want to go next? We can go anywhere in the country, you say. Um, Sorry. Yeah, so we were saying that we did speak with Saturn as well about this digital literacy, and they were saying that they are available everywhere in the country. And they mentioned that in the south, the dynamic is very different. There is much more digital literacy. So even, Maharashtra, Orissa, maybe a little less, but below that, um, definitely much more so. So,
But is
I
it
mean,
translating into the transaction?
I don't know. We'll have to see when we
That
when we go
that's
and
the
visit.
question.
Yeah,
That's the question.
yeah,
That
yeah,
you may get. I mean, you may get got the training from somewhere,
yeah.
and MFIs are showing the statistics that this many clients we have developed the
Uh,
capacities. Are they really getting? I mean, translating into the transaction, financial
yes.
transaction, because in most of the cases, because Action being like your resource agency,
Hmm.
technical support provider, one of the things is also I need to tell you that,
Hmm.
once or twice giving them the training, especially who do
Hmm.
not have any idea about finance, any
Huh.
idea about digital transaction, anything about anything
Hmm. Hmm.
digital. If you are
Hmm.
giving them once or twice training, it doesn't work. You have to be having a person over there when they will be transacting, when they will be if they will be having any problem, any glitch. They need to get the answer and hand holding. So it has to
Yeah.
be for 6 months or 1 year. Then
Yeah.
only the
Yeah.
translation happens. Otherwise, it is just a training.
True. True. Absolutely.
Mm.
Okay. So, next steps, we are putting together a more formal report for you, as well as we hope that we can share this with Sadhan and with Satin and with Sindhuja as well. Sindhuja has not yet signed the MOU, so Sangeeta has been following up with Malkit ji as well on that.
Sangeeta, what's the situation? Why
Yes, they are not
they are not signed?
responding, Bill. They haven't responded to that mail also, Tanaj. So I also spoke to Sanjeta twice.
Okay.
So she was saying, I have already told them, the compliance department maybe.
Huh.
They haven't
Because they were
responded.
quite proactive before, and then suddenly they went quiet.
I don't know. Actually, they are not picking. 2, 3 people were there with whom I was communicating. Sancheta
Acha.
picks up, like say she picked up.
Uh-huh.
No, all three I have been trying to reach out. Pankaj Sinha and Sancheta. So yeah, so her boss is Pankaj Sinha. So
Okay.
like he is a good friend, but
Okay.
maybe he is not well. He is often
Okay.
sick
Okay.
these days. So
Okay.
Sancheta takes the call.
Got
If
it.
doesn't take, then she calls back also. So, but no, she has been telling. Already she has communicated. So I'll again uh, reach out to her.
Okay, sure. Can we check directly with Malkit? I know that you sent an email also,
So
but maybe
I'll
if
do
you
that.
can ping him on WhatsApp or something,
Huh.
just to ask if there's anything that they need from us to get this happening faster.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Mm.
So we are planning to send this report, Saibal. And then second, we wanted to start the conversation with you around some of the industry engagement or outreach that we had initially planned as per our agreement too, which included a joint public communication, some kind of maybe a press release, a co-branded press release with the talking about this collaboration, the launch of capacity building initiative. We can say, maybe we can do it once it's about to be launched, once we have the content in place, but at least let's try to start the process so that we are gearing up to say July, end of July, we can, have this be issued such that it's some kind of, formal public communication that this is what Axion and Sadhan are doing for the MFI industry, for their partner organizations, and sharing the learning as we go through the process. So that's something that I can't hear you. You're on mute.
So there is no problem in doing that one in public domain in LinkedIn or somewhere. Definitely we can put that one, but we have to pack this one because you are working with this department. It has to be sector building. It
Okay.
is the sector building initiative. So
Okay.
my department, we work with for the like the development of the sector, like the institutions, capacity building of the institutions,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
not really capacity building.
Oh,
So we
of the
have to
end
put it in that
customer.
way.
Oh, acha.
Not the end customer. End customer is fine. Once you develop the capacities of the institution, you are building
Uh-huh.
up the capacities of the institution, right? And to
Uh,
reach to the client.
Also, I mean, our capacity building initiative is for the client. All the
Yeah.
assets that we are building is for the client to see. And of course, we'll have training for the institution, but
Just a minute. Just one. Hello. Hello. हाँ जी. कार्तिक इकरा. Yes. मैं देखता हूँ इकरा का कौन. ठीक. Okay. I mean, what we can do possibly is like that. So we have to pack it in such a way that we are developing the capacities of the institutions to take it forward. So maybe a round of presentation,
yeah,
what you have seen and everything with the
yeah,
members we have already engaged with. Maybe a couple of
yes,
others also we can bring together
yes,
and have
yes,
a presentation that this
yes.
is what we have seen on the ground and these are the capacity building we want to do for the MFIs to
Hmm.
take it forward for the end clients. We will be giving
Okay,
them the support. So
okay.
it has to be done in this way. Huh?
Okay, fine. We can do that. So we have already set the ball rolling on our side with our PR and communications team to let them know that this is something that we have planned with you. Now, what does it mean to actually create some kind of press release from your side, and who is the right point of contact to do that? I suppose our team will kind of inform us what we should do, but also just telling, Sangeeta and you also to start that process internally from your end. And perhaps we can also, with Sangeeta, start to plan, say, a date in end of July when we can come out to Delhi, have this kind of more formal report presentation to you and the other members. We can also have, the other new members of the next cohort, right? So we said we'll have these two as that first round. We'll pilot for 3 months from, say, August, September, October. Then they'll start with the operations from October onwards till the end of next year. This project is on till the end of December next year, 2027. So at the same time, in October, November, can we have the next, group of 2 or 3 entities coming forward? So whoever those are, we can invite them to the session as well. Does that work?
Possible, yeah. You do not have to come down to Delhi for that reason.
Oh,
What we
okay.
can do, we can do virtually also. That building up the capacities of the institutions on communication and enterprise promotion, something like this.
Perfect. Yeah. And if
You
they
know?
are in
Yeah.
other regions also, that's also okay. Let's continue to, establish better in that Hindi belt since we are creating for Hindi. We are doing Hindi first. So let's get that, in place. And then let's look at where's the next strongest, say, state that you feel you would like to enter. Whether that's AP or Maharashtra, whatever, you
See, the
you let
thing is
us know.
that one thing that Axion cannot do the trainings on the ground. They have to take the help of the MFIs,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
in that case, you have to build up the knowledge and capacities of the MFIs, how to communicate, how to monitor, how to understand that it is impacting or not. This is what first you have to do. Then they will take it forward. You go and check that one, what is happening, what is not happening. Sangeeta may go with you. You people, that's not at all a problem. But this is what we need to do
Yeah.
because you cannot go everywhere and do the trainings. It's
Yeah.
impossible for you people.
Yes.
So you have to build up the capacities of the MFIs to
Uh,
do this one.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
But put the strategies together, put the strategies together how to do this one impactfully. It is not
Uh-huh.
just for the sake of doing it. We do, I mean, if it is like Action is our long time partner, we have done a lot of good things. I
Mm,
don't know whether you are aware of or not. There was somebody called Hema. They were doing,
yes,
this.
yes.
So have done wonderful things with this your Axion. What's
Okay.
it? That's the rating one. What's this
The
certification of the MFIs? I'm forgetting what's the
okay.
certification of the MFIs, and
The
we have done
smart
wonderful things.
campaign?
Smart campaign, right? Hema was leading that one in India,
Mm,
so we
mm,
have done, and till now, we use the format
mm,
for risk monitoring
mm.
is the format developed by Axion,
Yeah.
Sadhan, and World Bank. So we have done a lot of good things, and like we are looking forward for it, but we have to pack it in a different way because that's the way I could understand that we can percolate the thing.
Mm,
Not Axion, neither your Sadhan can go in the ground and do the things, and it is also very expensive
mm, mm.
to
Yeah,
go there
yeah.
and organize the training and do the things. It's
Yeah.
very
There's
expensive.
also resistance, Saibal. No matter who
Yeah,
the
if you go
MFI
there.
is, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
resistance that
right.
the CSOs already have too much on their plate. They cannot take on, one more function like this. So they are already doing a lot of trainings. And how do we incorporate something else,
That's we have to talk
so
to
it's,
the MFIs
yes, yes, exactly, exactly,
that how to do it.
exactly. Yeah.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I'll be looking
Huh.
forward because this is
Okay.
one of the things, whatever you have seen on the ground, na, I
Huh.
mean, it may be the sample may be
Huh.
very small, and but the insights you have picked from those samples, please do put it in a note or slide or
Yes,
something,
for sure.
and it would be extremely helpful for us as well
Yes.
to get that one, you know.
Done. For sure. We'll do that.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
And the other thing is also, I would be looking forward for, you know, in other countries, that what kind of digital digital training they are doing on
Hmm.
enterprise promotion. If
Uh-huh.
there are one two countries they are doing it, your counterparts over there they are doing
Hmm.
it, and if we can also bring that one
Hmm.
in the discussion, that this is what we have seen, maybe
I
5-10 minutes
see.
they can also tell that
Yeah.
this is what we are doing. So this is a fast, I want to do it like, you have worked with three institutions, I want to bring another three, four institutions, and we can have a kind of like, you know, this capacity building of the members, and also having a kind of virtual workshop with them, that how to take it forward. And
Hmm.
because if we don't get their buying, na, we
Yeah.
cannot do anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to tell them, this is what we have seen, this is
Hmm.
what the approach is, but can you please help us that is it a right one, or we need to do something more?
Yeah. 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 I think in general we've seen that there's been agreement. They agree with what we saw. I mean, they were there with us, right? Uh, they do have that buy-in also. The question lies in their capacity now to actually
See,
execute.
Tanas, one thing that they were the part of this one, because they thought that, okay, fine, we will be doing a lot of things, it's fine. They have kept it apart. What they have seen in their narrow vision, that this is what this is Sadhan and Axion will be going to the field and talk to the women and bring that one. That's fine. That's what they have agreed with. Now, once we want to take it forward, there have to be a larger buying in the
Exactly.
system. You are getting my point, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because
But they knew
one
this,
thing,
na, Saibal. They
yeah,
knew
yeah,
that they had to do it.
they know it, but still, if you put them together and
Huh.
like have a kind of virtual workshop, that this is what we have seen and this is what we want to do, what's your view on it? Can we do it? Then they will tell yes, no. Somebody will tell yes. Somebody will tell that if we do want to do in this way, it would be better. So that would be, you know, the engagement with the senior level will be
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
continuum.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what, because you know, this one thing is a project
Huh,
implementation, and another thing is actually managing the
huh,
members and make them to do this one, because in this case
huh.
we are not giving them any money, we are not giving them anything.
Mm-hmm.
So so you understand the dynamics,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
that you have to getting a larger buying in,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
we can have a discussion, okay, fine. We, I mean, sometimes we do the things, we know that nothing will come up, but we also
Hmm.
do the things because they will feel that, okay, fine, it has been discussed with us.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get it. Yeah.
We are not imposing on them. So it will
Right, right. It's part
help
of
both of
the,
the
yeah,
side. Yeah, both of the
for
sides.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what we are thinking.
Huh.
I'm thinking that
Yeah.
if we do
Makes
in that
sense.
way, it will be better. Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so just before we close, just wanted to bring your attention again on this part, which is that industry outreach and thought leadership. So let's start, thinking through what could be this opportunity for us to position this collaboration as an industry-led effort. And at least, on the first one, of course, number two and three, we'll work on as we have learnings and as we have, metrics and anything to share, but some form of joint public communication, some form of a press release or something like that. We can have this closed door discussion with shared learnings of the field visit itself as a starting point. But yeah, I wanted to just, remind everybody that this is something that we should also be thinking through over the next month or two. so that we can work towards it.
Perfectly
Okay,
fine.
great.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Saibal, Sangeeta, for your
Thank you
time,
very much.
and we'll be in
And
touch with
also,
the report.
when are we doing the presentation? Please do that presentation.
Yeah.
That your insights.
Yeah,
I mean, it will be
let
good
me
to.
share it first with you. Take a look at it. It would be great actually if you could add, your any comments or anything that you feel would be better to also mention in that, so that we can finalize it with your like together, collaboratively, and then we can share that with the greater audience too.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot,
much.
Saibal.
Bye.
Yeah.
Nice to
Bye-bye.
talk to you.
You
Bye.
Okay,
too.
Tanak,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.